And tonight, many Valley businesses say they have reached a breaking point. So, how are they trying to survive? I spoke with the president of the Business Association, Main Street Palm Springs, Joy Brown Meredith. Joy, it's good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Let me start by asking you, today we learned that two popular Palm Springs eateries, Evson and Droughtsman, will be permanently closing. What is the mood right now among business owners in Palm Springs, and are you concerned that other businesses could soon close?
Well, I think that we are really at a breaking point for a lot of people, a lot of different businesses, restaurants, retail, even offices, hair salons. A lot of people are going to have to make some very tough decisions in the near future. Even though some people got some rent relief, most of them it's only deferred rent. So that could still land them in, a lot of debt later. So I think that people just really have to give a lot of thought to how they're going to manage to stay open at this point. It's been so many months. At first we thought it might be 2 weeks when this first all started in March. But now it's gone on month after month. So the amount of expenses that are mounting are pretty huge for a lot of people.
I know that the city is trying to help come up with solutions to help business owners. One of the things that they have decided is the closure of Palm Canyon between Tockwitz and Baristo Road. What is the reaction among business owners? Because I know that not everybody's on board with this.
Well, most of the restaurants in that area were very supportive of it, having it be kind of a village festy atmosphere as far as, being able to spread out and take over the street. Some of the retailers over there aren't as happy, but this is just a pilot program, and I'm hoping that working together we'll be able to find solutions for all different sorts of business entities, not just the restaurants, but for others as well.
What are some of the challenges that business owners, I know there are many, dealing with right now?
Well, for some people, it's hard to get their employees to come back to work because they had been, in some cases, maybe making more money staying off of work. So I know that that has been something that we've heard a lot about, and we're at the hottest point of the summer. So electric bills are huge. I mean, ours over here was $1,600 this month. So we just have extra challenges now, even than normal, plus a pandemic. So I hesitate to say something like what else could go wrong, because it seems like anytime I ask that, something else manages to go wrong. So we just are trying to stick together. Main Street, we're holding extra meetings now that are open to the public, by the way. We have nothing, we're not trying to hide anything. We want our discussions to be public. And we're just trying to figure out what will work to help the most people in the shortest time.
Do business owners feel like they're getting enough support right now from the city, from the county, from the state, from the federal government? Is that trickling down to you?
Well, they relate to different businesses in different ways, really. Some people qualify for certain things, some people don't. So some of the things are, and, we have always had a city that has been very um, business friendly, but in these difficult economic times, they're having uh, to figure out their money situation differently too. I do think, though, one thing for sure, we were expecting to have like zero tourism, and that was a lot of what happened with the city reducing their budget the way that they did. But as it turns out, there's a lot of tourism, and in fact, uh, it's my understanding that vacation rentals aren't even available because they're sold out in so many cases. So we are definitely seeing a lot of tourism that you wouldn't even expect at this time of year. I think because people just want to come here because it's such a nice vibe in Palm Springs, and it's not the hustle bustle of the bigger cities. And we take people's health and safety seriously here.
And I know you have a face covering on right now. Are you seeing a lot of the people even those coming in from out of town also wearing face coverings. And what has been the reaction to people who have to come in and put those on?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, everybody that comes in my store is definitely wearing a face covering because we don't allow them in without it. But, I think that a lot of people that are here previously, they didn't know that they were required outside, for example, because that's a little bit different than, I don't think every place has that sort of a rule. So sometimes I like to stand on my patio, and when I see people without a mask, I just say, "Hey, you don't have a mask on. Would you like a mask?" And we got some extras from the county, and generally speaking, they're happy that we're offering them a mask. A lot of times, they just simply didn't know, and they want to be able to come into businesses, and businesses aren't letting them inside.
I'm curious, when this whole pandemic began, at first you mentioned a lot of people thought it would only last a few weeks,
Mhm.
then it became a few months. Now it's looking that there could be the possibility that this just continues through the end of 2020, possibly through the beginning of 2021. So what will that mean for business owners, and are people prepared for this?
Well, I think that as long as people are wearing their masks, and as long as people are keeping a certain amount of distancing to keep as safe as we can, it might continue on for a very long time. So, I suggest, like for us, for the second time since 1998, I redid our website so that we could have a better shopping cart. And maybe we have to do other things to be able to reach our customers differently than we did before. And maybe we need to close more of the street, or, to be able to let people spread out further. We're going to just have to see how all these things work with this pilot program, especially from Tuckwitz to Baristo, and see if other businesses are also interested in that.
All right. Joy, it's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Can I smile? There.
There you are. Yes, you
You
can.
know, I'm smiling under here.